Is you are being lied to by these online business gurus who tell you to post 5 times per day and just launch more freebies to build more trust in today's online trust recession. But it's literally killing us, and it's not working for anyone. I know this because I personally was dead in the water in 2023, having burnt out on bro marketing that told me to just play the numbers game and hustle to get clients. And all that led to was adrenal fatigue, weight gain, and overwhelm. So then I swung to the opposite end of the pendulum and started listening to the feminine mentors and these online gurus who tell you to just trust your intuition and manifest clients and lead with ease. And all that got me was credit card debt, because following those feminine energy strategies just led me to delegate and do things that did not move the needle forward, just move my debt forward. And so in 2023, I was dead in the water. I felt like I had tried all of these strategies that the online marketing gurus are touting, but I was exhausted and 75K in credit card debt. And the worst part is that I had no clients. Because after 7 years of coaching and trying to get different offers or retreats or events out there, I felt like I had followed all of the advice and still nothing had worked for me. And the craziest thing for me, like looking back now and why I record these videos, is because I really did believe that I was building something. I was convinced that this was just part of the business roadmap and there had to be something that I just wasn't getting yet. So I just kept taking actions. And I use this analogy like in my fitness. It's crazy to think like I'm gonna go do squats the wrong way and never reevaluate the strategy. Like if you keep doing squats, if you keep doing what the online marketing guru tells you, just post 5 times a day, just keep doing squats, you're going to get injured. And that is where I ended up, where I kept doing the repetitions, but I was only hurting myself. I wasn't actually building anything and definitely not moving the needle forward, paying myself or getting clients doing these repetitions incorrectly, squatting, hurting myself for years on end. But I can understand why I made this mistake. It's because every guru I followed told me the same thing. Post 5 reels per day, send emails to your list every single week, run ads that just get more expensive over time, host events and have coffee chats and invite people in to experience your magic. So I got likes, I got followers, sure, but I was getting paid so little and I wanted to quit so badly, but I was running out of options. With this maxed out credit card, it couldn't bail me out anymore. In fact, I got to the point one day where I couldn't even afford groceries at Walmart, much less another podcast amplifier, get more people in your podcast audience. Like that was going to be the next thing these gurus wanted to sell me. But I had no idea where my next client or dollar would come from. And so I would look at my calendar and I would look busy. And again, the brand looked like I was doing good because I was feeding the machine and I was saying yes to so many things. And maybe I would have some referrals, book a sales call. So my calendar looked like I was doing something productive. But all I had were tire kickers and people who didn't actually want to invest. Again, it's one thing to have followers who think you're cute, but it's a very different thing to have qualified clients eager to start working with you. And I definitely did not have eager clients ready to start working with me. But on the off chance that a random referral did land in my lap, I priced my offer in a way that left me feeling poor and unappreciated because I didn't actually have a real business at the time. I just had to be that yes person that would say, thank you, Tom, Dick, and Harry, for sending me these referrals. All of these people want me to do different things and I need to get money in the door. So I had some clients paying me hourly, some clients paying me for done for you, some clients trying to get one-on-one attention. And I was just like filling my calendar with their requests so that I could make ends meet every single month. But that ran out in 2023. So today I'm going to bring you into the office of what is working for us now at Dream Life Consulting. I'm Hannah, I'm our CEO, and I went from that $75K in credit card debt and having no proven system, no real business, to now having consistent 20K weeks, 100K months. We are making high ticket sales every single week. And we help our clients, who are coaches, get to that 10-figure mark consistently. And we do this by helping them close $3,000, $5,000, even $15,000 offers with just one stupid, simple client attraction system and one evergreen educational sales asset that does all of the client lead generation, positioning, and selling for our clients. Because after my nearly decade of just burning out in all sorts of different directions, I was very stubborn and scrappy. I didn't have money to just go try testing ways to get clients. I needed something that I could rinse and repeat and would guarantee clients. And that's what my business partner, Ore, and I went out to build in 2023. And I want to share it with you today because since 2023, there have only been more marketing gurus and more shiny objects. And now it's AI and like all of these crazy things that are going to keep us as transformational healers busy and off of our purpose. And so I'm going to show you today, I'm going to pull up a Google document and just let you into exactly how we are generating those high ticket clients, how our clients are able to charge that much, even in 2025 where there's a recession and nobody trusts online coaches. And we're doing all of this evergreen. So none of this is relying on me being in some random room in California or hosting webinars that nobody ends up converting from. All of this really did check my own dream life boxes. I had a literal rubric that I shared with my business partner that said, I'm not willing to run ads just so that I can spend money on Meta. I'm not willing to host live events just so nobody can show up. I'm not willing to travel and speak just so that I can get adrenal fatigue trying to keep up with my travel schedule. Like, I literally didn't want to do anything that the internet is teaching us. And so I actually had to go outside of the coaching industry, partner with my business partner, Ore, and build this system from the ground up so that now other coaches can avoid the BS that is out here, but people package in some really nice group program, like-minded community of how we're going to get clients online. No, I'm going to show you our actual system and the evergreen sales assets that are working for our clients in 2025 to see consistent high ticket sales. So please allow me to screen share. It's not sexy. I'm just going to let you in on exactly what's working so you can implement immediately. All right, so let's dive right in and cut through the marketing BS out here and just answer the question that I get all of the time, which is, can I really charge $5,000, $10,000, or even $15,000 for coaching, even if I'm just getting started, or I don't have a big audience, or I have zero desire to put together these fancy funnel automations that it seems like I have to in order to be the kind of coach and business owner that I dream about? And the truth is, I have learned through my own experience and lots of trial and error that you do not need ads, webinars, funnels, or to be sending beautifully copywritten emails out every single week for the next year in order to get to the level of income and impact that you know is possible, but it feels like there's just something in the way. You know, it's like I talk to so many coaches who are like, I do think I could raise my prices or build a program if I just had more of the right people in front of me. And those are better questions to be asking than what should I post on Instagram today? Because we've helped our clients close offers and deals above and beyond those price points with just one simple client acquisition system and one evergreen educational sales asset that really does the selling for them. Again, even if they're just starting out and they don't even have a website yet, we're helping coaches make sales because that's all that really matters. It doesn't actually matter if you have a bunch of followers or a sexy website. We want real, high-paying, invested folks to come in and experience the magic that we know is possible when they actually invest and start working with you. And that is why I make these videos, because I do not want you to waste your precious gifts on another 45-minute project of making an Instagram reel that 3 people like and it doesn't change anybody's life. Because I know you're here to save lives, but you end up self-sabotaging yours trying to get this out to the masses. And I really understand this on a deeply personal level, because I'm someone who grew up in small town Wisconsin, living paycheck to paycheck, and I used to think that if I charge too much, people won't buy. Like, I'll outprice myself and no one will be able to afford my solutions. And they'll definitely think it's too expensive if it's more than just a couple $100s an hour. I mean, I remember not being able to get therapy because it was hundreds of dollars an hour at some point. And so I figured I applied my same psychology to everyone else in the world. And I definitely didn't believe that I was worth charging high ticket when I was a 24-year-old yoga teacher. So I thought I just needed more experience and more testimonials. And if I get more certifications and I put more pieces of paper on the wall that I graduated, more degrees, then maybe I'll be ready to, really build a business or increase my prices. Because I definitely didn't believe that people just had money laying around to give to some random transformational junkie on the internet like me. So I definitely thought, okay, I'm going to have to either get more degrees, like I said, or I should go write a book. I need a big Instagram following. I should host events. Like, I thought I needed this massive billboard of credibility somewhere so that people could trust me and see the value in investing in themselves. Because I figured, there's plenty of people who are interested. Again, like, if you just put me in the right room, people are going to want to work with me, but they might still have that like therapy mindset where they're going to expect it to just be a couple of pennies per hour to pick my brain. So I talked to other coaches too who believe, okay, I need to like get my website redone and I need to have some big cult following, again, some like credibility billboard that no one else is really looking for, but we as coaches think we need to create all of these bells and whistles, when in reality, all of that is just distracting us from our potential. And again, I really don't think this is our fault as coaches or as transformational leaders. Like, I guess it makes sense because enough of these marketing gurus have fed us this dogma that we need to stay busy learning marketing instead of focusing on what actually gets clients in the door in a proven rinse and repeat way. So the limiting beliefs and then the distractions I was also plagued by. But this year alone, I've personally made over $100K in a single month from selling high ticket coaching packages. And I'm able to do that now in 2025, even though there's a recession and so much uncertainty in the world's economy. Plus, I've been consistent AF on social media. I've taken months at a time off of posting. This doesn't rely on having a reel go out every day or even being active on social media. And the other thing that I can kind of tout about is that we have a very competitive market. You as a coach have probably seen lots of people with offers like mine in your LinkedIn DMs. That's like, I'll bring you sales calls. I'll set up your webinar. I'll write your sales page. Like, there is plenty of competition when it comes to helping coaches get clients. And still, we're seeing 100K months without having a bunch of internet hullabaloo or a bunch of pitch fest, no book, no quiz freebie, no landing page, no live event or webinar I had to sit through. Plus, we are working with people who are broke. Okay, most coaches, and if you are watching this video to learn how to make 10K per month, that means you don't have it. And most coaches have been sucked dry by these BS masterminds and marketing agencies that we don't have people coming to us because they have so much money. They just need a high performance coach, or they're finally at a place in their life where they can hire a health coach. No, we literally take broke people and make sales and we enroll them into high ticket programs. Plus, I've had a very full travel schedule. I've been to 3 countries this month, and I definitely am not the type of person who wants to just be hustling or working at the airport all of the time. But I'm also not the type of person who wants to just take a vacation and let my business just sleep in the summer months. I wanted something that was like humming and consistent, and we've been able to see not only, 100K month means we're doing 20K in sales every single week while I'm in Colombia. Right now I'm on a family vacation in Lake Tahoe, and I'm still able to show up with energy and intention because I'm not burning out on the marketing side of things. When I started doing this and we hit our first 76K in 16 days, we didn't even have a program put together. And that's something else that so many clients come to me thinking like, okay, once I have my program all figured out, then I'll turn around and suddenly learn how to launch, or then I'll know exactly how to sell and market it just out of thin air. So we were able to start making sales and seeing 6 figures roll into our company without a program or testimonials, because this that I'm teaching you through, I wasn't selling in 2023. I had to build this from the ground up, as I mentioned, because lastly here, I had ran out of my warm market and referrals. And so many coaches that I talk to have been comfy because most of them have left a corporate career or they have some connections on LinkedIn, and those folks are seeing their value or trust them enough to go ahead and become their first few clients. But then what? What happens once you've worked with everyone that knows you like I did over the span of 7 years, and then you have no system and no space on your credit card to go get more referrals? Like, how do you even do that? This system was able to help me keep selling consistently without relying on referrals. And I mentioned this, but the best part is that I'm not making reels for Instagram. In fact, I'm not even on there right now. No webinars, no networking with every Tom, Dick, and Harry that has a calendar link on LinkedIn just to have some coffee chat that ends in like, yeah, maybe you can be on my podcast. Waste of time. No building complicated funnels and getting lost in automations and Zapier and landing pages. And is the Zoom link going to connect? Like, I told you, I had a literal rubric of all of the things I was not willing to do again because it had already burned me out. I simply learned how to build a high value, high ticket offer and sell it to the right audience of people who are ready to buy. And you can do the same this month because I'm going to show you how to do this. And it really does work in every niche in 2025. I know all coaches are unique, wonderful snowflakes with tons of different tools that you could help anyone with. But because you are so special, it can often feel like nobody's like me. But just to show you some examples here, these are some of the coaches that we have selling high ticket. We've got Leslie, she's an NLP hypnosis coach for high achievers. Her price point is $8K. Angela, an identity coach for people in career transition, $4K. Caitlin, mindset coach, $6K. Sonia, confidence coach for women in the Middle East. And these are people who are incredibly difficult to reach because coaching is not like a talked about thing in the Middle East. Yet Sonia's able to see new clients come in at the $3K price point every single month. Manu is actually in Spain, and he only works with Spanish speakers, which I know a lot of people think, oh, everyone in America understands the value of coaching. But I'm showing you that we're even able to help these coaches sell to difficult markets, just like ours feels difficult because it's saturated and nobody has money. Well, Phil is able to charge $30K for Canadian leaders of companies for his business offer. Amanda's able to charge $5K as a weight loss and thyroid coach, and so many others. Here's someone celebrating a $12K client, $42K in the last 13 days, 2 clients in 1 day. That makes it a $10K day. Stephanie down here with a $15K client, another $10K week. Here's Caitlin. Caitlin used to charge $80 an hour. She was a school teacher who just wanted to start moving into the health coaching space, and so she was charging $80 an hour, had no program, and now here she is celebrating 2 clients. And so that was $6K on a Monday, unexpected. It was even supposed to be a day off. And I'm just sharing this with you because so many coaches don't know if they can actually raise their prices or charge this much. And what I'm showing you is that it is absolutely possible, but you don't just do this out of thin air. We need a way to have people perceive our value and want to invest in themselves. And most coaches think it's just going to come through marketing or more cute content or more live events. But with our clients, we're seeing these kind of consistent sales, again, they're not doing the things that I am not doing either. We're all just following our simple system. So if you are still charging hourly or selling a monthly membership for $9.97, or you've got, all this like sandwich board of offers and none of them are selling, then I'm going to help you see how you can stop undermining your value and start seeing the same results that we and our clients are enjoying. And it comes down to a really simple value formula that is the reason why all of our coaches charge at least $3,000. And this is a general version for each of our clients. We do personalize this, but I want you to know that you really just need 3 boxes checked in order to charge premium prices in 2025. Number 1, we need to have a clear pain. You don't have businesses are all solving problems. And if you do not solve a problem, you do not have a business. I know some coaches just want to sell joy and feeling good and achieving new things. But we only get there, we only decide that joy is a matter that we care about if we're in enough pain, if we have enough anti-joy. So we do need to be honest with the way the human brain works, and we're only going to invest high ticket when we have something that we need to get rid of, when we have a pain that we want to remove from our life. So your ideal clients do need to have a real pain. You don't want to be selling sandwiches to people who are full and have plenty of protein in their bellies, because they're not going to buy a sandwich because they simply don't need it right now. You want to be selling to hungry people. Then you also need clear positioning. So I'm going to talk about this later in the video, but you cannot be positioned as a commodity. A commodity is something that you can compare on a shelf. And most coaches do position themselves like comparable commodities on the shelf, where they say, I'm a career coach, or I help moms with thyroid issues, or I have a webinar and a quiz. Like, we keep putting things out, wanting that to do the selling for us. But coaches really need to be positioned as experts. Not because they have a webinar coming up, but because they have a solution to that clear pain. Then you're also going to need some educational proof. Now, this does not mean plastering your Instagram with before and after pictures. This does not mean taking screenshots of your Stripe account every single week. But this is about actually building educational sales assets that shift people's beliefs. Much like you do in a coaching relationship, you help people start to look at their limiting beliefs, start to make new empowering decisions for themselves. And you need to be doing that even before people are clients. And I'm going to show you how to do that so that they come to you knowing I have a problem, knowing you're the expert, seeing that you have a solution because I understand I'm educated, I have some proof that you know how to solve this problem, so that it does become an easy yes for people to no longer pay Caitlin $80 an hour or Leslie $150 an hour, but now to be paying them $3,000, $5,000, $8,000 for the agreement, for the offer, the coaching offer. But I see this time and time again where most coaches are way too vague and soft. We do lead with things like fulfillment or alignment or joy or just feeling good in your skin. And so they'll talk about transformation and confidence. But buyers pay high ticket and will come literally running to your door if you are able to solve a specific, urgent, and painful problem. Okay? Having more joy doesn't really check these boxes. So you don't want to try to accomplish this by just testing more messaging, by just saying, okay, maybe if it's not joy, then I'll talk about divorce, or I'll just pull something that I can throw spaghetti at the fridge and hope somebody resonates with. And you definitely don't want to just be getting on more discovery calls and just doing more like market research or just doing activities like I was doing while not actually building anything real. Because if you're like me and you're still here, you also want something that can do the selling for you. Even when you're not live, even when you don't feel like it, even when you're traveling with your family, something evergreen, as the gurus would say. And so our solution is something that we call the manifesto. We also call this an evergreen VSL, video sales letter. And here I am recording ours 14 months ago. And it was from the comfort of my home. You can see there's no fancy setup. I literally have this stacked on jigsaw puzzles. I'm using my iPhone to record it. Like, it was just another afternoon where I said, okay, this is what's on my calendar. I'm going to go ahead and create this Evergreen VSL. It now lives on YouTube. You could even go click the link below and watch it. It is designed to sell you something, and it has worked. It has made us more than 800K in the last 14 months alone, this one video. And I think it still has less than 1,000 views because we're positioning it for the right people. We know we're solving a real pain that coaches have, and then I just show them our educational proof, and we have people coming, and this is how we have a humming, sustainable 20K per week sales machine. Thanks to this video I shot in the comfort of my home 14 months ago. It's stupid simple. It's actually very similar to this because I love just pulling up my Google Doc and being super honest and transparent with you guys. The video on YouTube, again, you can just click it below. It's about 50 minutes and it walks through our entire process and educates them into a buying decision. There is a lot of psychology that goes into it. So if you go watch the video, please know you're going to want to work with us. It's designed to sell you something. And as I mentioned, it does. It works. So this is proof that you don't need tons of volume. You just need the right people to see your manifesto, your educational evergreen sales asset. And you don't need more free value, but something that leverages human psychology and your expertise, because no one knows your value better than you. You're always going to be your best salesperson. And this is why when I talk to coaches, they say, if I just get in front of the right people, they always convert, or like 90% of the people that I get in front of become a client. So imagine if you had that happening 24 hours of the day without you getting on calls or taking applications, but just having this video out representing you. You know, sometimes I think about this like a barista, like if you had a coffee shop, this would be like giving a free sample. Like you would hire a barista to be out on the street, just giving people free samples so they could experience your coffee without you having to pour everyone an individual cup of coffee and invite them into your home. So this is what the manifesto is. This is your frontline salesperson. And the positioning is key because you can't just show people like, this is my program or this is the process, let me just walk you through it. But you really do need to position it like a proven solution, okay? So here's an example, Leslie. I mentioned to you, this is our NLP hypnosis coach whose offer is now $8K. But when she started working with us on her website, it said it was just $150 an hour for a hypnosis session. So we left that up there because the website really doesn't matter in our system. And we went to work making her a manifesto, this evergreen educational video sales letter. And it actually ended up being 90 minutes long because Leslie had so many amazing shifts she could offer people. Because she's a hypnosis and NLP coach, there was a lot of brain rewiring she wanted to teach. She wanted to leverage in her manifesto. And we do all of these very custom. Not everyone's manifesto is 90 minutes. Some of them are 15 minutes. If like one of our clients targets school principals, and school principals do not have time to be watching a 90-minute manifesto. But Leslie, the way that she positioned herself is for CEOs and healthcare professionals. And they are watching this all the way through because she's framed as the guide that they need, not someone that they're vetting. We're not watching this. And even the high school principal example, they're not watching this like, okay, here's another professional development pitch. Okay, let me see your walkthrough of your software. No, this is a video that actually gives people the mindset shifts and the value that they need to become educated buyers. And again, we leverage human psychology, and most coaches have some of these tools, but you haven't been able to put it all together. So we helped Leslie. We did this hand in hand and we implemented it, and she signed 3 clients in the first week of releasing it. Here she is celebrating some of these, some people saw the masterclass. This is good. People are converting. It's about 2 hours, 90 minutes. So the craziest part here though, is that Leslie had one of these people who found her website and saw, oh, this is $150. Amazing. Let me reach out. So Leslie got the inquiry and we said, don't go through the old stuff you used to do. Just send them the manifesto now that you have it. And this person came back expecting at first, this was gonna be $150 a session, and then she came back and paid $4,500. That's where we took Leslie's pricing. Like I said, now it's up to $8K because she's built more assets in her program. She has a lot more confidence in herself thanks to seeing the results and how powerfully the manifesto sells for her. So she's no longer accepting those pennies, but she just sends the manifesto to dozens of people every single week, and people come back paying in full. Right? So this person paid $4,500. You're going to be able to set and raise your prices as you see the value. It's always amazing to me to see these coaches light up. I'm going to show you some screenshots later of how powerful it is to actually witness your own value and start putting it out there in really strategic ways, because you do have so much credibility. Even me at 24 years old, life coaching, I mean, what did I have to offer people? Those were some of the things going through my head. But as I also started thinking about, well, what is the real pain that I solve? And what is my positioning? I'm not just a 24-year-old yoga teacher. Leslie's not just some hourly hypnotist, NLP expert, but we're actually positioned as the guide, as the solution, and we do that by giving them that educational proof. Remember, those are the three things in the value formula that you need to be thinking about: the pain, the positioning, and then the proof. So this is working for me. This is working for Leslie, but many of our clients come to us straight out of a certification with a lot of those same limiting beliefs that I had, or no testimonials, no audience, no previous results. What are they going to use to help to shift people's beliefs or start to show proof? But this is again where we focus on value-based positioning, using story-driven messaging, psychology-backed frameworks, and results-focused packaging. So Lancey's another example that I want you to see here, because she had just finished her coaching certification. She had 0 clients when she started. Her coaching certification actually told her that the business advice was to just go get free clients and do pro bono work. But Lancey was in a financial position where she couldn't just be doing this pro bono. She wanted to build a real business. And so Lancey was able to close her first few high-ticket clients within 90 days of working with us. And she continues to build her offer from the ground up with the clients that we bring her. And as you can see here, she's celebrating the fact that she's able to get her first paying clients thanks to sharing her manifesto. And I hear this over and over from clients who either never had a sales call or who are burnt out on sales calls, and they have these beliefs that sales is going to be hard and icky and I'm going to have to convince people. But this really does become like a referral conversation after people have seen your manifesto. So you get to sit in your zone of genius and just enroll people. Be excited about the transformation we get to make together, like Lancey is here, not worrying about sales objections or signing contracts. Like, people truly are pre-sold so that this feels like a referral conversation by the time they're on your calendar, because they're just talking to you about your program. And this is purely evergreen. Lancey didn't have to go book a whole bunch of coffee chats and sort through every Tom, Dick, and Harry who might have a relationship that might have a problem. She also did not have to convince people or handle sales objections, right? People just get her work. And like Leslie, she had actually been hosting a bunch of healthy hypnosis hours where she was dealing with complicated tech and Eventbrite pages and texting people reminders and just all of these other things that she had done before to try to educate people. Now she sends a simple YouTube link. So there's not that crazy tech, and you're also not having to be live. Okay, you record it once. I recorded it 14 months ago. Leslie continues to use hers. Lancey, hundreds of people have seen her manifesto now without being live, without doing your hair and driving or setting up the tech. Like, I just don't know who likes doing that. It's not fun. But if you are the type of person who does like doing that, well, then you can still do PR or other marketing stunts or even post reels if you love it. Do it for fun, because you know it's going to connect to your manifesto, because you know you actually have a way to convert any interest that is drummed up from those marketing stunts. But now, at least you don't have to wait until you have the time, energy, or money to be doing those things. You can simply just be presenting your value, enrolling clients, and even raising your prices. So I wanted you to understand how this works. But the truth is, this is a highly personalized approach, right? You can't just steal my manifesto and have it work long term for you. Leslie and Lancey's manifestos look very different. Leslie's is 90 minutes to 2 hours. Lancey's is under 30 minutes. And so you can go through the rest of this channel and find evidence of this working for us and Ricky and Tavia and Gavin and so many other testimonials that we have out here. And I'm showing you in this video today. But if you are someone who is like, okay, I've heard the things, but like Hannah, it just hasn't clicked for me, then you're probably going to need to click the link below, watch how we implement even more in depth, and start taking some action. Because if you're watching this video and you go watch my other video, you're going to have a lot of ideas. And like I told you, that video linked below is trying to sell you something, but it's the same exact solution that got me out of 75K of credit card debt and into consistent 100K months. Because here's what I've learned over the years of trying to DIY my own marketing and just follow what the internet gods say and just do my best to tailor it to my personality, my audience, the pain that they have, yada, yada. But what I've learned is that you can't give yourself a haircut or see on the outside of, you don't know what to put on the outside of the box from the inside, right? There are just some things we cannot do for ourselves. And that is why I have someone else put the blonde in my hair, because I tried to do it once and I will never do it again because it was such a hot mess for 3 months that I had to wear headbands all summer. Like, DIYing things like haircuts and marketing are no bueno. And when I talk to coaches who think, okay, I just need to change my messaging, or I just need more of the right people in front of me, I really do see you guys like Barbies, because you have so many tools in your Barbie box. Over here, okay, let me use some visuals to explain what I mean and why this is such a challenge for coaches specifically. Is because you have so many tools inside of your Barbie box. Like Leslie, she had hypnosis, she had NLP, she was a nurse, so she knew like blood work. She personally lost 50 pounds herself. She started her own business. She had all of these tools and all this experience, all these certifications, just like Barbie has her flamencos and her pajamas and her Malibu beach house. And you can just keep trying to put more Barbies out on the shelf. But that is then when we become the commodity, like me over here in this literal Barbie box. Now, I can have all of these tools and be all of these like amazing things. But if I'm just trying to position myself like the Mexico Barbie, which I am here, you don't actually see me as an expert. You're just going to compare me to the California Barbie and the Wisconsin Barbie and the Turkey Barbie and the Greece Barbie. And I'm never actually going to stand out. I'm always going to be competing on Barbie-like assets. And so we don't want you putting out, okay, now I'm going to host a retreat. Okay, now I'm going to try this next marketing thing, right? This is why we simplify it and have one manifesto that doesn't position you as another Barbie on the shelf that they can compare and be like, oh, Hannah costs this much. Oh, Leslie does one-on-ones. Oh, Amanda does blood work. Like, they will compare you like a commodity and go for the cheapest deal. They will look for the hourly rate. And this is why we don't look to position you like another Barbie, but in a league of your own. Why positioning in this manifesto really is the missing piece for us coaches who are honestly running out here like Barbies. So at Dream Life Consulting, this is our expertise. We partner with coaches who are looking for 3 to 10 clients per month, especially if they have a small audience, especially if they have all of this stuff running around that feels like a marketing mess, like I could be so many different things. I just need someone to come in here and give me a haircut. So here you can see the way that we work with folks really is personalized. And so myself and my business partner, Ore, and our personal brand consultants, and even my husband works inside of this program because we've seen enough coaches and we know they can't give themselves haircuts, but they do have years of expertise. And even if they feel like they don't have testimonials, when they start going through our process, we're able to help people like Steven here, who's worked in the field for almost 30 years, but didn't have the confidence to charge high ticket. And so by helping him refine that market, really understand what the pain is, and start positioning him like the expert, he's finally comfortable presenting himself as an expert. And same thing with Eileen. She's like, okay, this is full. I can feel that I'm transforming. I really had to unpack my value. But thanks to Hannah and Ore pulling all of the magic out of my brain, I know what I need to do. She's getting help crafting this messaging, getting help putting her own manifesto together once. Just like Sonia, just feeling good because someone can see you as the Barbie you are and start to reflect back to you in the manifesto process what you as a coach and expert need to understand about your value, and then communicate that to a market who has problems. So if all of this is feeling like, yep, I've tried everything, this is probably the missing piece for me, then I'm glad it's resonating. But the truth is, this isn't for everyone. Again, go ahead, check out these resources, maybe try to do it yourself. I hope you don't get stuck wearing headbands like I did when I tried to do my own blonde hair. But if you're interested in getting our help to position you, not just as another coaching Barbie commodity, but as the expert that you are, so that you can be charging $3,000 even without expertise like Lancey is, and actually become that easy yes, so that sales are not unpredictable. Where's my next client coming from? Do I have to manifest a referral? But you can literally set it and forget it and have this manifesto be going out to hundreds of people. You can see in the video linked below how we connect this to our larger client acquisition system. Because anyone who tells you, yeah, you're just one video away from $1 million, or just record one video sales letter and you'll never have to work another day in your life, those people are lying to you. The truth is, this does live within a larger client acquisition system. And so do go check out that video link below. It's our manifesto, so you can see it in live action, but I do walk you through our entire process. And if you're seeing that and you're resonating and you know you can't do it alone, well then the video will tell you how you can apply to get this kind of support for your client acquisition system by partnering with us at Dream Life Consulting. But if now's not the right time and you just want to keep coasting and seeing what comes, and maybe you're comfortable going into more credit card debt, just waiting for this to click magically on its own someday, then just stay subscribed, because I do make these videos for people who are at that rock bottom place like me, and you feel like you have no other options. Well, this is what got me from $75K in credit card debt, crying on the bathroom floor, to now being in the business that I always knew was possible. And I knew it was possible because I did see the marketing gurus doing it. It's just that there was something they were not telling us. They lied to us when they said it was just about content marketing and putting yourself out there and doing fluffy things. But all of those people have a system running, a client acquisition system. And if this is the first time you've heard that phrase, client acquisition system, then you're in the same crappy position that I was. That's like, there is something there's not telling us. If you have never heard client acquisition system, then run, don't walk to that video below, because you are missing something. They are lying to you. You need something more predictable that can actually print you money and bring you clients without just hoping. Sucking the hopium that the online marketing gurus feed us is why I'm here, to end that addiction for coaches and just go get results. So click the link below. Let me know in the comments if you feel like a Barbie, because we can point you to other resources to help you with your positioning, help you charge those premium prices, and live the life, be in the zone of genius that you know you're meant to be in. Cheers to growth.